Okay, hi folks. We're gonna go through the sun salutations for Ashtanga Yoga. Blue is gonna move out of the way so that you can see the screen properly. Get out of here, Blue. Thank you. We'll start at the top of the back. Feet together, hands together. Let's take an inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. A few more breaths like that. We inhale. We exhale. Notice there's a rhythmic quality. We inhale. And we exhale. That will control our pace of movements. We inhale. And let's lower our arms by our sides for the exhale. On the inhale, reach up. Look up at your thumbs. On your exhale, fold forward. You might want to bend your knees quite a bit. On your inhale, reach your chest forward. You might want to put your hands on your shins. And let's just step to plank for the first one. We exhale. We'll inhale and plank. We have a neutral spine. And we're going to exhale to come all the way to the belly. Our chest and hips land at the same time. We inhale to have a back bend. And we exhale for our downward dog. We'll keep our breath steady here for 5 breaths. Through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. We inhale, we push to thumb and pointer finger. We exhale, we root through the heels as best we can. 3 more breaths. You might decide that you have tight hamstrings or tight shoulders and you want to lift your heels high and bend your knees. That's a nice way to change it up. 1 more breath. Keep the arms straight. And when you're empty of breath after the exhale, step or jump your feet toward your hands. Inhale when you get there. And we'll fold for the exhale. Reach all the way up, fingers together, palms may or may not touch. Exhale, arms by our side. So that was the first one. We'll do it again. Inhale. We fold for the exhale. Lead with the chest. We inhale halfway up. Feel free to bring hands to shins. Chaturanga for the exhale. So we step back and bend the elbows. We inhale to press into the tops of the feet, lift the chest. And we exhale to press into the soles of the feet, lift the hips, press the inner thighs back. We're here for 5 breaths. Make sure you shake out your head a little bit. There's no tension in the neck. And the breath is just the same pace that you had when we were moving. In and out through the nose. And everything I say, you modify accordingly to your body. So if you're having breathing problems today, then don't breathe through the nose. You do what you can. Last breath here. When you're empty of breath, step or jump feet to hands. So that you can inhale, straighter legs. Exhale to fold, drop your head. Inhale to stand, reach for the ceiling. Neutral spine, arms are by our sides. And again, inhale to reach up. Exhale to fold forward. The arms can take any path that you want. Inhale, halfway up. Palms flat, chaturanga for your exhale. You can always put your knees down if you need to. Inhale for your back bend, shoulders roll back. And exhale for your downward dog. If downward dog is not restful for you, which is possible if you've been in this yoga world for less than 10 years, feel free to come into child's pose, which is knees down, butt toward the feet. And I'd say if you're doing that right now, keep your arms out in front of you. There is a version of child's pose with the arms by your sides. But for right now, since it's kind of imitating down dog, keep the arms in front. And if you're in child's pose, return to your downward dog. Last exhale there, arms are straight, and we step or jump feet to hands. So that we can inhale, straight legs, top with mat, fold, exhale. Rise up, fingers together, we look up, arms by our sides, we look straight forward. And again, inhale, legs are straight here, exhale. They might stay straight, but they might not be able to. Inhale, halfway. Chaturanga for the exhale. Belly is strong. Then we inhale for our back bend. And downward dog, which is our forward bend. We're using our fingertips to press our chest back toward the legs a little bit. Think of lifting up through your armpits so that your shoulders don't sag toward the floor. And think of tucking your lowest rib in just a little bit so that you're not in a big back bend. So that you still have some core control over your shape. One more breath here. And after your exhale, step or jump feet to hands. Inhale at the top. Fold, exhale. Rise up. Inhale. Arms by our sides. Exhale. We're just going to do one more like this. This is Surya Namaskar 8. Inhale. Fold, exhale. This rhythmic breath. Halfway up for the inhale. Chaturanga for the exhale. It's a neutral spine in chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale for downward dog. Stay for 5 breaths. Modify as needed. If you're having any wrist pain, come down to your elbows. Make that down dog B, where the elbows are behind your wrists. And you're still using your fingertips to push your chest back. You're still gluing your thumbs to the floor. But now you don't have so much weight in your wrist. So for some folks, that's a really nice way to help alleviate any chronic issues. Neck is relaxed. Let's re-straighten the arms if you're on your elbows. And after your exhale, step or jump feet to hands. Inhale when you get there. Fold, exhale. Rise to stand. Reach up, inhale. Arms by our sides. Exhale, Surya Namaskar B. Bend into the knees. Lift the arms. This is Utkatasana. And then we'll fold straight legs. Drop the head. This part will be familiar. Inhale, halfway up. Chaturanga for the exhale. Just like you did before. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Right foot's going to step forward. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths in warrior 1. So our arms reach out. Our fingers are together. Your hands may be apart, but they might be at shoulder's width. Back foot about 45-degree angle. And we're using that back leg to help bring our left hip forward. On your next exhale, plant the hands, fingers spread, step back, chaturanga. Inhale to lift the chest. And exhale, downward dog. Left side. We step the left foot forward so that the toes line up with the fingertips. Angle the right foot and reach up. If your hands are getting tired of reaching up, you could do something else for right now. Cactus arms, hands to hips, etc. But when we go through it at normal pace, you'll only be here for 1 inhale. So just practice right now using your right leg and foot to push your right hip forward. And on your exhale, plant your hands on the floor. Step back, chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing. Exhale for downward facing. And we stay here for 5 breaths. This is our quote unquote resting place. I like to shake out the head a bit. Sometimes I lift one heel at a time, bend the knees and kind of wiggle the butt around. Do what you need to for sustainability's sake. Maybe you're at the heels up, knees bent stage of things for today. Every day is going to be different. So every time you get to your mat, reanalyze what's happening. Okay, after your next exhale, step or jump feet to hands. Inhale when you're there. Fold, exhale. Bend the knees. Utkatasana again. And then we straighten the legs for Samasthita here. We look forward. So that was the first one. Same thing again. Inhale. But this time we'll move at normal pace. Exhale. Fold. Halfway up. Inhale. Chaturanga for the exhale. Neutral spine. Inhale, chest up. And exhale, hips up. Right foot forward. Warrior one for the inhale. Line of distance to cover. All the way to chaturanga for your exhale. Fingers spread. We step back, bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left foot forward, big step. Warrior one, inhale. Hands come to the floor for chaturanga, exhale. Feel free to put the knees down to do it. Inhale. And downward dog, exhale. And we stay here and we rest. Maybe you're on your forearms, maybe you're in child's pose. We're just trying to get that breath to steady, breath to calm, no anxiety, no stress. And if you're in down dog right now, you're pushing into your finger pads and your fingers are spread wide. Let's meet in dog if you're not there. Last breath, we exhale completely so that we're empty, then we step or jump forward. Inhale at the top of the mat, chest forward. Exhale to fold, head drops. Bend the knees, reach up, look up. And straighten the legs on your exhale, arms by our sides. And again, bend the knees, Utkatasana, inhale. Fold, straight legs, exhale. Chest comes forward, inhale. Hands go flat, chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Right foot forward, warrior one, inhale. Hands come to the floor, chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left foot forward, reach up for warrior one, inhale. Hands come to the floor for chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. And downward dog, exhale. Stay for the inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Any modifications you need, listen to your body. One of the great things about this practice is that the sun salutes are always the same, but you are never the same. So it will never feel the same. Let's return to warrior, or not warrior, sorry. Return to downward dog if you're not there. So that after your exhale, you can step or jump forward. Inhale there. Fold, exhale. Bend the knees, inhale. Straight legs, look straight forward, exhale. Bend the knees, inhale, look up. Exhale, fold, head towards shin bones. Inhale, halfway. Chaturanga for your exhale. Upward facing, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. Right foot forward, warrior one. Inhale. Hands come to the floor for chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Left foot forward, inhale to reach. As soon as the hands come down, the fingers are spread wide so that we're having support in all places. We inhale for our up dog, we exhale for our down dog. And we breathe. And maybe we have heels up, knees bent. And maybe we have child's pose, maybe we have elbows down. But we stay with the breath. Everything else is of secondary import. One more breath, and we're going to meet up again in downward dog. And when you're empty of breath, step or jump forward so that you can inhale, straight legs. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, reach up, inhale, straight legs, Samasthiti. Just one more time. Inhale. Find the meditation in it. Fold, exhale. You know what's coming. Inhale, chest forward. Chaturanga for the exhale. We inhale, upward dog. And we exhale, downward dog. Right foot forward, warrior one. Inhale. If you're exhausted, when we're coming into chaturanga right now on your exhale, you could push straight to downward dog. Because we're going to inhale, upward dog. And we're all going to meet in downward dog anyway. So you could be there early. Left foot forward. Warrior one on the inhale. Hands come to the floor for chaturanga. Or skipping this vinyasa. When we say vinyasa, it's the chaturanga, up dog, down dog combo. And all paths lead to downward dog. So we meet there, and we breathe steady. We push through the inside edge of the hand. And at the same time, we rotate the shoulder a bit away from the ear so that we're widening the upper back. Belly draws in, toes spread wide. One more breath. If you're in anything other than downward dog, return to it. Get the arms as straight as you can so that after your exhale, you can step or jump. Feet toward hands. Inhale. Fold, exhale. Bend the knees. Utkatasana. Press the knees together. And straight legs. Exhale. Okay, so you did 5A, 5B of the Ashtanga sun salutes. Congratulations.